I was talking about over the past couple years this film project that I had been working on and some of the challenges that I faced with it, and doing a project in secret, but then also things that I learned from it about secrecy, about working in China and this whole parallel internet that exists beyond the Great Firewall of China, and the different memes and the different websites that are, equivalent to but very different than what we might know here. I used to work at TED as the director of film and video, and I helped launch TED Talks and was with TED for about 6.5 years. And then after that, I wanted to make my own movies and tell some of my own stories. So I flew to China, and I went to Beijing, which was a city I hadn't been to before, and I'm easily distracted. So I thought this will be great because the internet will be blocked for me. And I went there to write and go on a self-imposed writing retreat to develop what my next project would be. And then, inspired by the city itself and some of the experiences that I had in China, I went and I made this movie, so I just finished The Sandstorm 2 months ago, and it just premiered. And this is one of the few times that I've talked about it and what that whole process was like. I think creativity is something that always should be fostered. And what's interesting is when I was working at TED, I was always on the side making little movies to just continue to experiment and hone my craft. But I ran a department, so I never liked to tell anyone what I was up to because I felt like I needed to exude this notion of being in control and constantly thinking about only one thing, because that's how you lead. The flip side is, had anyone on my team been going off and making little movies on the side, I would have totally encouraged that, and I did. So it's this weird kind of double standard where I wanted everyone who was working with me to be making their own movies and embarking on their own creative endeavors, but I always felt like I needed to kind of rein that in when I was trying to lead us in the mission of making better TED Talks.